Glaive's new album, May It Never Falter, recently released, and after a few days of listening non-stop, I have made an early ranking of my favorites to least favorite off of this album. Hi, my name is Buddy Cake Breakdowns, and today's video is Glaive, May It Never Falter, ranked from least favorite to my personal favorite. Remember, this is just my opinion. If you disagree with any takes in this video, it's okay, it's just my opinion, I promise it won't hurt you. Feel free to have a civil discussion in the comments below. I would love to know your rankings on this. This is again just my opinion. I love this album so much, I revisit every song, and I don't think there's one on here that's actually bad. I just have my favorites and my least favorites. So let's hop into it with the song coming in last place, being Live and Direct featuring Curtains. Now, this song isn't bad. I know a lot of people don't love this song, and me included. It's still decent. I go back to it, I listen to it. It's a banger to an extent. I don't think it really belongs on this album. It feels a bit out of place. I even said that in my album breakdown and like live reaction when I first heard it. Check that video out if you haven't. I kind of get down to the bangers. Anyways, Live and Direct, I do like it, and I will listen to it on a daily basis. It's just not a song that feels like it should be on this album. I don't love the lyrics on this. I think lyrics are a big part of Glaive's music. I think he's really well at like writing and executing a good song, but I don't think the lyrics are the strong suit here, especially during Curtains' part, which is just crazy because there's a song by these two called Just Not Sure, and I think a song like that fit a lot better for this type of vibe that this album went for, and I think it's a better song between them. So yeah, I'm gonna have Live and Direct in last place as an album ranking. I don't think it's a bad song, I just don't think it really fits in here. Next up, I'm going with Knock, Draw, Release, and put the pitchforks down. It's okay. Stop typing in the comments. I get it. Knock, Draw, Release, I think, is a major step up from the last song, Live and Direct. I think every song from this point on out is amazing and top tier, honestly. I love every song on this album, especially from this point out. The problem for me with Knock, Draw, Release is it's not a song I'm going to revisit a ton, and I know that's not fair to rank it that low. There's other reasons. I think it's not as interesting of a song to just put on and listen to compared to every other song on this album. This album's full of bangers, even songs that are very lyrically heavy. Songs like Joel, that we'll see later, is a slower, sad vibe, but I think it does something better than Knock, Draw, Release. In my personal opinion, I think Knock, Draw, Release doesn't have a lot to keep you interested in going, but I think the lyrics on this are so insanely good, and I've seen a lot of people, like friends in my life, that put this song as one of their favorites, and I'm not going to disagree. I totally get it. It's just, for me, gonna go lower because it's not a song I'm going to revisit as much. I think it's beautiful. I think it's amazing. I think the words are so relatable, and I think maybe that's a reason I'm ranking it low too. I'm not going to revisit this one because I don't want to jump off a bridge, but I do love Knock, Draw, Release. I'd give this song like a 7 or 8 out of 10, so just let that be known, okay? Don't hate me. Moving on. Next up, we have an actual certified banger. I am going with 60,000 ISK. Now, this one was so tough again, too. I know this is a big banger. I know this is a lot of people's favorite as well. I've seen a lot of people really loving this one. And like I said with Knock, Draw, Release being a big step up from Live and Direct, I think 60,000 ISK is another step up from Knock, Draw, Release. I think it's just such a good quality song. Banger. I think it's way too short. I wish it was longer, but I also get why it's short. This song is a crazy vibe. I think the switch-ups in vocal melodies and like flows is interesting, to say the least. I think the chorus is so jarring, so loud, so distorted, such a banger, and the verses aren't as crazy. I do love this song. I think it feels a lot more like homemade and a lot more experimental than some of the other songs here. I think it is a banger, and it's growing on me still with every listen. By the end of the month, this song could be top 5. Who knows? Next up, I have I Know, and this is one of the most relatable songs on the entire album for me. Every lyric felt like a same moment, especially the height lyric. I am 6'4", so I was just like, oh my god. And the nervous lines and the things about being around pretty girls. Okay, anyways, so real. This song hit hard. This song, I say it about every song so far, but this song, for me personally, I think these are like some of my favorite Glaive songs ever. Another step up from 60,000 ISK to I Know. I think every song from this point on out for me is like in the top echelon of Glaive song. Let that be known too. I Know, I think, is such a different vibe for Glaive, which a lot of this album is, but this song especially, it feels very different, from a lot of other songs he's made, and the lyrics are once again just so relatable. I think it's super well written. The chorus is one of the most catchy, addicting ones on here. I think this song start to finish is just fire. So good. Such a vibe. It's gonna be ranked here 8th, which is crazy. It's crazy that this song is ranked so low compared to some of the rest, but every song past this is just amazing. This album's full of amazing songs. It's so hard to rank it. I dare you to try. Again, maybe a hot take, I have By Birthright coming in at number 7. I don't know the reception on this song. I know it's a very different song. I know it's super slow, but I think it's so beautiful. And outro and intro songs are always so important to me. That's been the case for every album I've ever listened to. If the first song is amazing, it's going to be high up. If the last song is amazing, it's going to be high up. The last song on an album is always so special and so important and needs to make you feel things. And that's exactly what this song did. I think his vocal delivery on this song is super bold, and he took a big step with this entire album, and this song really shows that. I think the heavy bass in the background, as it says, "It's yours by birthright," is phenomenal. It really does a great job at making you feel things like an album should for the closing song, and I think it's well written. Again, the vocal delivery, it's addicting. It is so bold, it is so different, and it's beautiful. It makes you want to cry. That alone can give it the 7th ranked spot here. I love By Birthright. I think it's one of the best album outros he's ever made. Next up, we probably have the saddest song on here, Joel. Of course, this is a song written about his friend who sadly passed away. I think the lyrics on here are so crushing, so devastating, so relatable, even though I've never had a friend pass away like this. I've had family pass away like this, and this song really makes you just want to scream into a wall. Joel, I think, is excellent. I think unlike Knock Draw Release, the instrumental being so dull and just like light in the background so you can focus on the words he's presenting to you works a little bit better for me than it does in Knock Draw Release. Knock Draw Release kind of feels like a dream. It feels like a song where you're falling asleep and you're in a dream world and this is the song that's playing. I think Joel is quite the opposite. I think this song makes you feel very alive in the sense of this depressing, sad aspect. The lyrics are fantastic. It is just absolutely crushing to go through all of these feelings, feeling like people are avoiding talking about this person even though that's all you want to think about, feeling like you don't know what they do even though you try to act like you're doing what they want you to do. It's just a devastating time. The "Cease to Know Your Name" lyric is just crushing. It's so relatable, talking about punching someone in the face, wanting to punch someone in the face, for them telling you to let go of that pain. It's just an all-around very relatable, very honest, very depressing, crushing song, and I think it's really well done, and that's why I have it so high up here. Alright, top 5, this is where it gets very juicy. This was such a hard decision to rank these first 5 songs, but I am going with Count It Up. I think Count It Up is such a banger. I think this is like the absolute elite of the elite on this list, from 1 to 5. Count It Up goes crazy. I love the vocals on this. I love the way he cuts himself off entering the chorus. The chorus, speaking of it, is just so addicting, so fun, such a good time. The energy on this song is great. I love the ha ad-libs and entire vocals on this song. It goes so crazy. I think the lyrics are great. I think the vibe is great. I think it's a big banger. There's a song like this right before it called 60,000 ISK. And it's just an overwhelming amount of like distortion and just a banger. And I know for some people that might be the move, but for me a song like Count It Up does it way better. It's hype and it's way more easy to follow along with, and the lyrics are just so much better in my opinion than 60,000 ISK. But I love Count It Up. I think it's one of the most enjoyable Glaive songs on this entire album. It is absolutely elite. I've said this about a few songs on here, but this is actually one of the biggest bangers of all time. Every Dog Has Its Day. It was so tough to put this at number 4. That feels insanely low for it for some reason, even though top 4 is crazy. Every Dog Has Its Day goes insane. I cannot wait to jump around to this at a concert. My God, it's gonna be electric. Monumental. I couldn't even think of words. You could tell. Every Dog Has Its Day. Lyrically, insane. I love the way it starts with no backing, like, instrumental at all. It's just his vocals, and then the instrumental kicks in, just seemingly out of nowhere, and it has one of the most ridiculous drops in a Glaive song, which says a lot, because we've heard all of this man's music in the past. It has one of the best drops in his entire discography. It goes crazy. It keeps that energy the whole time. The 808s are insane on this song. There's a lot of gun lyrics from Glaive. Didn't know he had it in him like that. Bro had a clip full of gun lyrics. You see what I'm doing? Was that a bar? Anyways, Every Dog Has Its Day. There's nothing bad to say about this song. It's such a good time. It's so much fun. It's definitely probably the biggest banger on here in terms of like actual banger. Okay, so Every Dog Has Its Day, number 4. At number 3, I am going with Freudian. I actually don't know if that's right. Freudian? It might be Freudian. Either way, I know he says it in the song, but I can't really pick up the exact pronunciation. This song, oh my god. Let me tell you, I don't know if this is a hot take either, but I'm gonna go with Freudian. Freudian, I know who he is, and I think that makes the song even better. It's easier to understand when you know who he is. Of course, he was like a neurologist that thought if you like dreamt about your mother, you wanted to sleep with her, and daughters wanted to sleep with their dads. So the lyric, I like girls who act like my mother, I don't mean that in no funny way, just hits even harder. But Freudian is an absolute banger. I think it's one of his most innovative, unique songs he's ever made. He like raps on this song. He has flow on this song. He has some great witty lyrics. I love the lyric about his therapist saying he's getting better and he likes when girls are mean to him when they look medieval. Same brother. I get it. That's twin right there. Freudian is just an absolute great time. One of my favorite songs he's ever made. 100%. And I was gonna put this at number 2, but I'm gonna keep it at 3. I think it's fair. I would love if you guys could let me know what you guys think about this song in the comments below, because I'm very interested on the reception of this one. At number 2, I'm going Nobody's Fault Except My Own. I think this song hits so hard. I think the lyrics are so good on this one. I think the instrumental goes crazy. It's such a good time, such a vibe, but the song is honestly really depressing in its own way. I think the lyric about his mom wanting daughters and her firstborn son being so close is diabolically funny. This album has a lot of very subtle, not meaning to be funny lyrics, and they're also very relatable. Okay, I'll say that much. But Nobody's Fault Except My Own is just amazing. I think the screaming on this song is so good. We haven't gotten a lot of Glaive's like screaming voice, and when we do, it's fantastic. Like the pain he shows during Bipolar 1 or 2 off of I Care So Much That I Don't Care At All is fantastic, and he really carried that over here with Nobody's Fault Except My Own with that scream. It was just, if you felt the pain, it was so good. The instrumental goes crazy. This song's going to be another absolute blast at a concert. I can't wait to go see this at a live show. I think this song is another one of Glaive's best songs he's ever made. Man, this album, it is so hard to rank it because it's just full of fantastic songs. But that leads us to our number 1 song, which you guys can already guess. Yeah, number 1, it's for Goden Country, which is actually the first song on the album. This song, honestly, it's like changing the way I view life. It is that good. I think the like heavenly choir gospel kind of sound to it is absolutely mesmerizing. Right away, it just blew my expectations for this album out of the water. I was very nervous for this album. I know he's going in a more experimental production heavy kind of style, and I adore it. I think he crushed this song. The lyrics are some of the best he's ever written on this song. They're so powerful. I feel like he chooses the perfect time to say things in this song. Whether it's intentional or not, I don't know the whole lore between him and Quedeca. Some people might hate on it, but this feels very Quedeca inspired, and Quedeca's my favorite artist of all time. Now, if it wasn't meant to be that way, I'm not saying that's what he did for sure. It just feels very similar in the aspect of even the music video. But the song, the heavy choir, the heavy sound of this song, it feels very Quedeca-esque, and I don't think that's a bad thing. Everyone has inspiration. Every artist ever has inspiration of some sort. And if he got inspiration from Quedeca, that would be so sick, because these are some of my favorite artists ever, and maybe a collab could come one day. I would pass away because of the excitement, but maybe that's why I love this song so much, because it feels so similar to a Quedeca song. But this song is phenomenal. I think it's just so powerful, so uplifting. The lyrics, once again, just top tier. And yeah, I have nothing bad to say about this song. This might be my favorite Glaive song of all time. Truly. It's definitely top 2, top 3 at worst. Maybe I'll have to do a Glaive song ranking one day. But that's going to be it for my video. That is me ranking every song off of May It Never Falter from my least favorite to my favorite. Remember, this is just my opinion, so don't hang me. Let me know what you guys thought about this album in the comments down below. Let me know how you'd rank these songs from least favorite to favorite. I would love to hear that. If you're new here, please like, comment, subscribe. It really does help. It really does mean a lot. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all later. Peace.